Yo, this is Jay for Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video, we got a pretty fun video type here for you. So in this video, I did this in past Maddens. I had a lot of fun doing it, so I'm doing it Madden 23. Different overalls, different players will make the team, that's why. So basically, we're just going to go ahead and draft all of our defense before in a fantasy draft, before we draft a single offensive person. So this video is really counting on your defense to get stops, get turnovers, and to see what kind of an offense you can build if you do want to stack up your defense. So, I mean, I did this in past Maddens, like I said. This all the games will be simmed here. As you see, I'm starting the draft here. You've seen a couple of my first defensive picks. Those are the defensive cornerstones of my team. So, I mean, pretty fun overall. I have a lot of fun doing this. I had a lot of fun with the draft. It's honestly really interesting to see who does fall in the offense, because then when you come into the offense, you need to decide if you're going to be a pass team, you're going to be a run team, if you want to get all line and make yourself a little balance. So pretty fun video. Let's go and take a look at the team here. So here offensively, I'm shocked. I mean, 81, I'm kind of surprised by that. Defense is a 95, and that does make our team overall an 87. So pretty high overall for a team that has such a bad offense. But, I mean, when you go ahead and take a look at the players, I mean, I honestly was shocked I got some of these guys. We do have quite a few good linemen. Maybe not good, but serviceable linemen. You do get Kirk Cousins, and you do get Cordell Patterson and Jamal Williams as your running backs. And you look at your tight ends, you know, you got your big targets to go up and get the ball in the red zone, so I'd like getting those guys. And when you take a look, you know, you got Mac Hollins as your wide receiver 2. We've just seen what he did with the Raiders as a wide receiver 2. On the other side, you got Curtis Samuel as your wide receiver 1. Now, I'm not saying he's good to be a wide receiver 1, but, I mean, overall, I mean, in 82, I mean, I'm shocked I was even able to get that, judging by the rest of the team that I have put together here. You take a look at the defense, this is, like I was saying, this is where you're going to win games. These are the guys that are going to get turnovers, score. Your D-line is mainly going to be focused on Aaron Donald and Dexter Lawrence. You got Brandon Graham over there on the other side. He's not anything special, but those are the two guys that you're mainly going to want to focus on. When you take a look at the corners here, you got Jair Alexander, James Bradbury. You got Byron Jones down there who's hurt. So, I mean, you got a good secondary cornerback-wise. When you take a look at linebackers, you know, Matthew Judon, Bobby Wagner. And then on the other side, you got Shaq Thompson. And for safeties, you got Harrison Smith and Justin Simmons. So, I mean, really good defense. I mean, I would hope so. I drafted all defense before I drafted offense. But, I mean, we're going to have to see if these guys can get turnovers because, like I was saying, that offense is good. I don't know if they're good enough to get turnovers. So here at the midway point of the season, as you can see, we are a 3-3 team, second in our division, which shocks me. I'm surprised we are that high. But when you take a look at the team rankings, we are not good. I mean, all offense, we're all in red, so we're some of the worst teams in all offensive categories. And when you take a look at defense, we're good in points allowed per game. We're one of the best, and we're one of the best on pass defense. But our rush defense is bad. So going forth, I'm gonna go ahead, edit the depth chart here, see what I can do, see what I can move around to see what I could do to make our offense better and make our rush defense better. Because, like I was saying, we're 3-3, not good enough to be a playoff team. It's shocking we're 3-3, but I do think this team does have the capability of being a playoff team with the right adjustments, with the right pieces clicking together. So, yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to adjust the scheme fits, adjust the depth chart, see who's doing good, see who's doing bad, see who needs more playing time, see who needs to get playing time taken away, because I could see this team doing it. I mean, 3-3 is honestly shocking to me at the midway point. So I went ahead, adjusted all of it, and when you take a look, I mean, we did improve on the rush game, and we did also improve on the defensive rush game. So, I mean, that offense is obviously still what was holding us back. We finished at a 9-8 record. Not a bad record. I mean, the Buccaneers are in the playoffs right now with a 9-8 record. So this is arguably a playoff team in my eyes. With that 9-8 record, it could be done. But, you know, the Seahawks, they just won the division, so we were not able to have the luxury the Bucs did and win our division. But overall, I mean, I was watching the playoff picture up there at the top, and, you know, we were fighting for a playoff spot at the end of the season. It came down to one game. We lost our final game, and that's what kept us out. And we actually lost to the Seahawks. So we lost to the team that was one of the more favored teams to win with their 13-4 record. So it's understandable why we lost that. I mean, we're going against a 13-4 team, and we are a 9-8 team. So overall, very surprised, you know, very happy with how this team did. we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the stats now. So when you take a look at the stats, you got Kirk Cousins on offense throwing for under 4,000 yards and 14 turnovers. So not good at all, because that's not even including any fumbles. When you take a look at the rush game, you got Jamal Williams and Cordell Patterson. I would have liked one of them to get over 1,000 yards, but Jamal Williams did have 9 touchdowns and Cordell Patterson did have 4. So I like how much they got in the end zone. I did not like how many yards they had. I wanted more. When you take a look at the receiving, though, it does get a little bit shocking here. Like I said, Matt Collins, one of the guys that I was excited to have on my team, led the team with over 1,000 yards. Curtis Samuel, under 1,000 yards. I would have liked him to get over. He did have 5 touchdowns, though. So, you got to think with the way the team was and how bad we were passing-wise. These are honestly pretty good numbers for those two guys, especially because one's a low 80 and one's a 70-something. So, overall, really surprised with how the receivers did. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the defense did. I know these are going to be good numbers, but just go ahead and take a look. Bobby Wagner, almost 100 solo tackles. When you take a look at total tackles, Bobby Wagner leads it by a big margin with 130 tackles. Tackles for loss, you got Aaron Donald. No real surprise here. 22 tackles for loss. This guy's the best D lineman in football. No surprise here. Obviously, he should be doing that stuff for you. And also, when it comes to sacks, Aaron Donald leading the team 13.5. That's another guy who should be doing that. No real surprise there. What's really surprising me is we had another guy that had 6 and 5 with Matthew Judon, and we had another guy that went 6.5 and 6. So, we did get a lot of sacks. That D-line produced. And when you take a look at producing turnovers, our team produced too. You got 2 guys with 4 interceptions, one being Bobby Wagner, who's not even a D-back. When you take a look at our other D-backs, James Bradbury with 4, Jair Alexander with 3, Byron Jones with 2, and that's not even including anyone else like safeties or anything. So, we got the turnovers, intercepting the ball. So far, Bobby Wagner looks like the MVP of this team. What he's doing is just crazy. And when you take a look at fumbles, Aaron Donald had 2, Bobby Wagner had 1. So, overall, Bobby Wagner is definitely the MVP of this defense, and I would probably go out and say Aaron Donald's number 2. Led the team in sacks, led the team in tackles for loss. He did have 2 forced fumbles, so overall, really good defense. Aaron Donald played really good. Bobby Wagner played really good. Obviously, it was the offense holding him back, but they didn't hold him back that much because they still had a winning record, so pretty fun video. That's all we got in this video. Make sure to stay tuned. We are doing an offensive one that'll be going up next Wednesday, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.